This is the Drag and Drop podcast.
I mean, this is basically the news.
Our news is completely pre-recorded now.
So you have nothing that is live.
Except for the morning show. Weather's still live.
Now, does
People
it
care
say
about that.
live in the corner as if you're breaking news and you're telling people that it's live?
We only ever had the live if we were like doing a live remote shot. So we don't do those unless there's like a serious story. We still break in. Like we'll break into our pre-recorded, which is annoying because it's like you go from a guy and then it's over, then you go back to the guy, and it's like really obvious it's not live then. But
So if you have someone in the street that's recording live, how do you get that live stream into the news and then into people's TVs? Like,
want me to explain the
how are
whole
they doing
process
that?
of the news now?
Just the internet. Is it Wi-Fi? Do they got really good T-Mobile hotspots?
We use Amazon Web Services. It's okay. So everyone's got T-Mobile. They got their own pucks every now and then. They call them pucks, the Wi-Fi hotspots. But usually they will drive back to the station and upload stuff because they have like a 5 p.m. deadline. So it's if they shoot their story at 10 a.m. to like 1 p.m. Obviously they have time to come back. They don't have to send it in over like Wi-Fi or whatever. But today the city commission approved a new amphitheater downtown Grand Rapids. Got approved today.
What's that going to cost?
But the news didn't come down until 4:50ish or 4:45ish. So we only had 15 minutes to get it into our pre-recorded show, but we were still able to do it because our guy was able to shoot his minute and a half hit and get it uploaded in time.
So they approved the amphitheater.
Yes. We were waiting all day
for it.
I don't know, man. It's Equator Amphitheater. It's 140 million or some shit. But they got rid of the last big boy in town. Okay, to turn into a parking lot for this place.
Like Big Boy Amphitheatre.
Yeah. No, it's called Equator Amphitheater, but it's gonna be a sick venue right on the water. But
why'd they get rid of Big Boy? Did someone steal their?
Because they need
statue
space
like
for
they
a
did
parking
in my
lot.
hometown. Oh, they took over.
Oh yeah, that did happen. Huh? Or people steal big. Wait, no, I'm
They
thinking of something else.
painted it black like the song, and then they stole it.
The AC/DC song.
They fixed it. Yeah, the Big Boy statue. They tainted it.
Well, it's back now.
The last thing I had from Big Boy was a country fried steak, and that was probably 2008.
I know, dude. I also know the last time I went to Big Boy. It's a really specific memory. I was hanging out. You remember Z-Rob, right? We were at Z-Rob's. I believe it was like when a little after Wrath came out, like 2008ish, and we all went to the Big Boy in Ionia. Remember the Big Boy?
Are we live? Are we live?
We're not like live as a. Are we recording? Yes.
Oh, we're recording. Oh, the podcast started.
Okay. But yeah, we went to Big Boy. It was me, probably Z-Mag, Z-Rob, maybe Chris. I don't remember. But we ran into a lady who told us she had 7 World of Warcraft characters, and she told us all about it.
Huh?
Yeah, it was really surprising.
That was Wife. You guys missed out. Oh, you missed out on Wife. Come on.
But,
That's true.
yeah.
Because when you're gaming and your girlfriend is like going to bed, she's mad because you're gaming. But if your girlfriend games, aka wife, because we're old enough to have wives, right? It's no longer a girlfriend.
We're old enough to no longer have wives, actually.
Like, oh, we've been divorced a couple times. We could have logged a couple divorces by now.
Coulda for sure.
You get married pretty early though. It's not like a 21 thing, right?
Yeah, it's like a 18 thing.
You're 21. You can drink and get married.
I mean, in
And get divorced.
traditional Hmong marriages, it's 13 sometimes.
What I'm wondering is
Monks have it all.
why is the
Beautiful
age
scenery.
silent?
I don't know, man. I don't speak Hmong. It's too hard. Courtney, my sister's trying to get into it again. Speaking Hmong, you know why it's hard? In English, when you say a word and you say that word to a different tone, it's still the same word, right? In Hmong, you say a word, you can say it in 8 different tones, and they're all different words.
It's like Chinese.
I don't know how Chinese works. Probably, yeah. Ethnically, I'm 23andMe says I'm 30% Chinese.
So if you're tone deaf, you're not Hmong.
You got me, dude. I'm fucking white.
No, I'm just saying, like, if you can't register those tones, that's, You don't really count.
I feel like it's weird because I could register them for a long time. Like when someone says the Hmong word for snake, I know it's the word for snake, even if they
What's
say
the
it.
word?
It's like it starts with an N. It's like
You gotta try it for
don't.
us.
I can't, dude.
Pull up Google Translate and have Google Translate tell us what the
Does
snake
Google Translate-
Hmong word is. Oh yeah, there's a button for our play the sound.
Yeah, we won't even need to speak languages. We'll have the AI translators. So you just auto go to a country and just you're talking to them. You're not even saying a word. It'd be
Okay.
great.
Okay, we
But
got
dude, the Mongolian territory looks pretty sweet. It's like rolling green fields and shit, right?
Do they
I
have?
guess-
Oh, they have Hmong on Google Translate. Okay,
It's like
snake.
it looks crazy cool.
Is Hmong Mongolian or are they separate? Is
Bill,
Hmong
Bill, you're still
Mongolian?
at Bill. Come on, man.
They're not the
They're
same,
separate.
right?
Yes, they're not the same thing. No.
Okay.
It's like southern China, Thailand, Laos, Vietnam.
All right, let's hear
okay.
it.
I guess I
Like
can't.
if you're
we can't
American,
listen
you're
to it.
not North American. Got them.
True. Canadians are American.
Are they?
Mexicans, American.
Yes.
Uruguayans,
Is-
American.
We,
Paraguayans, Americans.
is Central America really still a thing? Because isn't Central America North America, but nobody considers it North America? Like, where?
Well, it's near the equator, so that's like central, right?
Well, that's South America. The equator is in Ecuador.
Let's pull up a pic. Let's see the equator where it's landing for Central America.
Okay. This
But
is Central
back up.
America.
Let's see the equator.
The equator.
Is that Central America
the
or
equator is right here, man. Right here.
Central America?
Right here, dude. Ecuador. Because to me, the line is
Mexico's
the
Central
line to
America.
me is Panama. Because Panama's where the canal is.
You want to zoom in on the canal real quick?
Right. Let's keep going.
Panama's a
Ooh.
country.
This is the Bridge of the Americas, I guess. Where was this the canal? Where's the This is the canal.
Wow.
Right
Is
there.
it like the Sioux Locks where they raise and lower the boats with they like put the boat in
Yeah.
there?
It
and then
says
block it off, put
Miraflores.
the water in.
Miraflores
Holy
locks.
crap. Dude, 4.7 stars, 8,000 reviews. That's a pretty
That's
nice spot
pretty
to go
good.
check out.
Pretty good. 8,000. 8,300
Look at
reviews.
that water. It looks like people just sewage. Putting their sewage in there.
It's just warm. It's just warm.
Oh, it's just warm. It's green.
Why is there a Florida State University, Panama? What's going on here? What? How can Florida
Seems
have
like a conspiracy.
How can Florida have a state university in a different country?
It just borders the like
Doesn't-
Amazon rainforest.
The Amazon rainforest is in Brazil, over here.
Oh my gosh.
State of Amazonas. Is that a thing? What is that? What's going on here?
That is true. I
Oh,
didn't know that was
it's-
a country.
It's showing
Oh,
all
it's
the
part of Brazil.
Yeah, it's showing all the Brazilian states, which I don't think we were ever taught. Like that.
Ignorance is bliss.
Now
Okay.
they say amongst all those trees in the Amazon that there are lost civilizations that we don't know about because it's so hard to navigate through that they like had this soil that they made that made everything so fertile and then it grew the Amazon. And so there's secrets in the Amazon, but you can't get into them because it's impossible to get through. You can't walk through it.
What part, man?
The whole Amazon. You can't go through it. There's vines, there's swamps, there's waters, there's snakes, there's jaguars. You can't get through it. But the reason why there's so much crap there is because humans made a super fertile soil and then it just expanded. It overtook, after the Spanish came and got the diseases and killed all the
Are you
natives.
saying that before the Spanish came, the soil in South America was kind of shitty?
No. They had a civilization
But
where
you-
they were
are you talking about the
farming with
Incans?
super fertile soil. Could have been the Incans, but it's like more, just in general. All the people that were there.
The three big ones are the Aztecs, the Mayans, and the Incans. And I think the Aztecs and the Mayans are more Central America, and I think the Incans are more into Colombia, but I don't remember. It's been 20 years.
The only thing I remember is Lake Titicaca
Where's
was
that?
part of that story,
Where's-
and that's a great name for a lake.
There it is.
4.5 stars.
4.5 stars.
Can we do a street view real quick on that Lake Titicaca real quick?
Let's go with right in the water. Okay.
Yeah, let's check it out.
There we go.
Wow.
There we go.
Honestly, that looks legit.
Yeah. Beautiful. How'd they get here? How did these people get here for this picture?
Helicopter?
There's no boats.
Jet ski.
There's no ports. It's a small
Probably
island.
jet ski.
Jet ski. Okay. All right.
Damn, they got nice hats. We need to take back hat culture. We had it in the Americas, and we got rid of it. You know.
They got
Top
flat
hats.
bills.
All right. Let's look into some of our
Like everyone
topics.
wore hats for a while. Why aren't we wearing hats anymore?
What do we got? What do we got this week?
All right, McDonald's. They got Krispy Kreme donuts coming. A partnership between Krispy Kreme and McDonald's. Dan, what do you think about this?
I think McDonald's has been taking a bit of a hit because of prices, and everyone's bitching about there's no $1 McChickens anymore.
Dude, they're like
Krispy Kreme, probably
$3.
same thing. Like it's probably cheaper, but donuts aren't that healthy. You know, merge the unhealthy worlds into one. It's a win-win. You know,
Bill, you might remember this, but when we were going to LCC, I worked at a lesbian bar. And at
Viral.
it wasn't Spiral.
That
It was
the
called.
only
It
gay
was
bar I
not.
knew.
It was called the Crumb Cat. It was like a lesbian biker bar, and I did dishes. But
Did they actually ride Harleys? The lesbians?
one night they tried to get me to wear assless chaps, and I didn't do it.
how did they rope you into working there? Did they like pull you off the street?
Oh no, it was
Or were you like eager
the head cook was a former coworker of my mom. She
Oh, nice.
started a
Inside scoop.
bit of a restaurant there. Yeah.
So, real quick, before we get back into this,
Why did I
when
say
you wear
this?
assless chaps,
trying to remember
do you
why I
wear
brought this
a
up.
thong for underwear, or do you not wear underwear? Because obviously you can't wear normal underwear because then your butt cheeks aren't showing.
Well, I
but-
think you got to look at that Howard Stern picture from back in the day.
Will that give me my answer of whether or not you wear underwear with assless chaps?
Okay, I'm just gonna switch the
You're just
screen
not
real
supposed
quick.
to wear underwear. I mean, that's pretty common.
Okay.
No underwear in general.
No underwear.
Okay. All right. So Howard Stern.
The more you wash your pants, the more
MTV
comfortable it gets.
VMAs.
You know, fabric softener. That's a thing.
I don't know if I would want to show this on the old pod here, but so
Everyone's
you
seen
see
some
it.
ass. I mean,
So you see it. There's-
Oh,
all right.
there's no underwear there.
Oh, definitely not.
I'm going with no underwear.
Looks like he's got a big sack at the front too.
Go with the one in the bottom left there
Oh, I
with the
don't-
girl. That one. Yep.
Well, I don't know if I want to show any of this.
No, this is perfect.
This
This is great content.
All right. Video boxes. It's up. Okay. This here is a woman grabbing Howard Stern's butt at the MTV VMAs. Looks like, what year is this?
She's having a good time. You can tell
1992.
by her face.
1992.
Oh, Fart Man.
Yeah, he's
Howard Stern as Fart Man.
Fart Man. Interesting.
I don't
Nice.
even
This-
know who Howard Stern is. I don't. Like, is
He was
like
the
a
original
musician, or-
podcaster.
Oh,
Billy, Dan, you serious right now? You don't know who Howard Stern is?
I've heard the name, but I mean, not knowing is just.
He was
guy.
controversial in probably like the late 80s, early 90s, and then got a huge deal with like Sirius Satellite Radio, and it's just
Oh,
has tons of money.
the interview master. Yeah, I've seen that guy. So he
This-
was like Jay Rogan before.
That's a really,
He's been
really
fell
pretty
off.
irrelevant for probably 2 decades.
right.
or
But
more.
he's like the face of Sirius XM.
He talks to Beetlejuice. That's how I know him.
He used
True.
to invite women on and just ask them how much they weighed. I listened to like a long NPR thing about how he like really regretted doing that and how he's trying to become a better person. He went
That's
to
fair.
in the story he said he went to an all black high school in New York,
He's like Joe
Interesting story.
Biden.
just like Joe Biden. Just like Joe Biden.
You would
Okay.
think he'd
That's what he
sound more
says.
black.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna close this. All right. I need
Yeah,
you
they're gonna
guys to
make
be able
some
to
nice
see what
chicken
is
sandwiches
actually
with
up
Krispy
right now.
Kreme buns. It's gonna be nice.
Ooh, that's might be where they're going. You know, where they like they don't just sell
They make
donuts.
gangbangs a whole new game.
Right. They're making McDonald's sandwiches with the Krispy Kreme. Dude,
'Cause I think
I
the
got
Krispy
it.
Kremes are made pretty quick, so
Looks
it's
like
not
only
like it costs
3.
much. You know,
Only 3 different flavors: the original, the sprinkled, and the
I
chocolate
don't know
ice
that they
cream
made
filled.
any other kind, anyways.
It's gonna be McFlurries with Krispy
Yo,
Kreme, guaranteed.
yeah,
Cookies, Krispy Kreme cookie. You know they're gonna milk this brand, Krispy Kreme, as part of McCafe. I'm calling it right now.
they don't
I
even need to make them in there; they just ship them over.
I think that
Right.
like
They're shipping them.
Krispy Kreme's the one that needed McDonald's more than the other way around here.
I would agree.
Because like, where can you buy Krispy Kreme? The answer is Speedway
Speedway.
gas station. Yeah, Speedway gas stations. That's it.
That's their partnership.
Right, but if you're not going to the gas station because you're not a cigarette smoker and you don't drive, when would you ever get Krispy Kreme?
Because like if you go to like Kroger or Meyer, you can
Dude,
as you're
I
walking
miss
through, take a little donut.
I miss
and be like,
Kroger
"Yeah, I'll
so
pay
much.
for this later. The
It's-
Krispy Kreme, they're in the boxes. You can't.
you guys
pay
have
for 'em
Kroger's down there?
later, you know? No, in the zoo. That's
So yeah,
that's
I don't have
east
Kroger
side.
over here
I
either,
miss
dude. There's
Kroger.
Kroger's in Lansing.
I
That's
miss
the
it. It was a
childhood
great
one.
place.
Yeah. Yeah. You ever go to L&L, the Spartan stores?
I've
They're
never
all-
been to Lansing, so I don't know about that.
You
I've
drove,
been there, I just not
drove through
enough,
it.
you know.
drove through it.
I think this might be a fun tip. Probably a lot of people know this, but some people might not, which is why it's a fun tip. Aldi is owned by the same people that have
Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's. Thank you.
Yeah, right, yeah.
I knew the fun tip, but you
It's,
helped me finish it.
Aldi Nord and Aldi Sud, or North and South. They're like two brothers or something. They split off the companies.
And it makes sense when you go into the stores after you know that. Trader Joe's is definitely nicer than Aldi, but Aldi
See,
you can
okay.
get a lot of groceries there for a good price.
There's a Trader Joe's in Grand Rapids now, and every time we go there, like, well, I joke to my girlfriend that people like are so disrespectful that they will reach across and graze your cheek to reach in front of you at Trader Joe's. It's like so packed, and
I've been to that one.
It
It is packed.
it's too busy, and I don't like the cashiers because they're too nice.
Mm.
It's like they spend too much
They
time
get paid
talking
well.
to you. They talk to you too much, so they slow everything down. It's like one of those only places where like every single cashier like lane is open, but
You just
they're
gotta bag
still
your own
slow.
stuff and help them out.
What?
You don't do that?
I mean, I do that at Meyer.
Yeah,
You
they're
wanna
taking the
role
self
play?
checkouts away at Meyer. You can't have nice things anymore for less at Meyer.
Are they? They're
No,
taking away
no,
self checkouts?
I don't know about
Some
Meyer, but
states they've already enrolled it out. Yeah.
they're taking them away from
Oh.
Walmart unless you pay for the Walmart sub.
I think they still have like the scan as you shop thing, and then at the end, But
I tried that at Meyer, the scan as you shop thing, and like every single time you do it, you still have to have a person come check and scan like a handful of your
yeah,
items.
so
it's-
that's why you don't want to do it. You still want that self checkout. Oops.
yeah, like too many people are
Oops.
ringing up TVs as bananas though.
Every vegetable is a banana.
That's actually a bad one because bananas are by the pound. Like an apple though, apples aren't by the pound; they're usually individuals.
Yeah, but if you can't do Honeycrisp. You gotta do like a
Granny
Red
Smith.
Delicious, or no one wants that shit, so it's cheap.
I thought Red Delicious was like one of the most popular ones. Like that's the apple you see when someone says an apple a day keeps the doctor away. You put an apple on your teacher's desk. It's Red Delicious
Yeah, but it's like mealy and gross. Why does anyone want that?
because it's
Yeah, I
red.
don't like Red
Have
Delicious.
you ever had a good one? Like I don't.
No,
think
dude,
I have.
I'm a Granny Smither. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love the green boy.
the green ones.
Those are sour.
Yeah.
They're crispy though. They're crispy.
Yes.
I can appreciate the crisp. A little sour.
You just can't eat them with the skin because it's toxic.
Is it the Granny Smiths?
What, dude? The
All
skins.
apple skins.
I thought it was the
Are
seeds
they?
that was toxic. The seeds got the cyanide.
I mean, what are they spraying on the apples?
Oh yeah, right. It's
And like the skins are typically where all the toxins are expelled for like all
True.
plants. So it's like, yeah, you can eat it, but is it ideal that you do? Probably not.
so you gotta peel your apples like you peel potato and then eat it.
How about
But
I
then
keep this
they'll say the
minimized
skin's good for you. So.
until it's time to watch something? I don't know.
All right, we're gonna cut.
I mean,
that.
I'm ready to watch that. That
Don't have to cut. You
Doom
can't
shit,
see it,
no?
Bill. You can't see it.
Well, just we're talking about stuff for cutting.
Dude.
I already logged it. So
3, 2, and we're back. I'm gonna
do that for real though, and then
leave
I'll
the
log
3
that.
2s in, man. They're funnier than.
Yeah, give us the 3-2,
You
and
ever
then you can yeah.
You ever see that
Then we can play it.
that Jimmy Fallon SNL sketch where he just keeps saying, "Yeah, we're back." No,
Should we
I
do
don't
that?
watch SNL.
Jimmy Fallon, and we're back.
Is that his real last name?
James Fallon. I don't. It sounds like it's pretty standard.
Good morning, Socrates.
Irish
Joey back in the fuzz.
name.
We got man of the box.
Yeah,
we
but
got
like
man
Jon
here with
Stewart,
traffic.
that's not his real last
All
name.
right, here we go.
Maybe you should get a bikini wax. Oh, man of the box.
This is
get
the
back to
sketch.
box. All that more in the morning. Next returns.
The joke is he does every single character
Look,
voice.
Back to my story. I had like 2 of those 7-layer burritos. Let's just say they didn't schedule any bathroom breaks in the
Give me a
middle of
little
my
more
niece's
volume.
christening. That's gross, you guys. Long story short, I end up christening my BVDs with a load of chocolate pudding. 5:44 in the AM. We'll be right back.
And every time he comes back, it's funny to me. Oh, look, it's Ben
Dan the
Affleck.
Garbage man. Together again,
Howard
dude.
Stern.
Yeah, it's great. Oh, welcome to Z105.
That's a
Tony.
wig,
Glad
right?
you're here,
Howard
man.
Stern.
Thanks. You're gonna love
Yes.
this place. I tell you what, you're coming on in a couple minutes, right?
Yeah.
Why don't I introduce you
Weird
during
Al.
the show, and it'll be a lot smoother
It's weird.
transition.
It looks just like him. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Here we go.
Let's jump right in.
You know, put that on.
Right, right.
And we're back! Folks, real special guest
Oh,
here this
man.
morning. Dirty
But anyways, I did that "and we're back" thing for every episode of my Final Fantasy X playthrough 15 years ago.
Dang.
That's that shit.
Old reference.
You gotta play Final Fantasy, the old one, every year and record it fresh every year.
Which one?
The OG.
10? Are you? I mean,
Whatever one you want, just do walk through, play through.
I'm
Same game.
to me the only 4 Final Fantasies that matter are 7, 8, 9, 10, and I'm a 10, 8, 7, 9 guy.
You play them backwards?
No, those are that's my order of like best to worst. A lot of people will put Final Fantasy 7 first.
Is
It's
it
the best
all
no matter what.
Asians that produced Final Fantasy? Is it like Japanese? All Japanese?
Excellent question, Bill. Okay, before Square Enix was Square Enix, when they merged with a company called Enix, they were called Squaresoft. They're based in Japan, yes. It's all Japanese dudes.
Still to this day, there's no whites influencing Final Fantasy.
That's changed. New Final Fantasy has changed.
It's whites,
quite
isn't
a
it?
bunch.
Whites took it over.
No, they got North American teams, just like Nintendo had that Reggie guy.
Well, that's the thing. You buy a
Right.
Honda today, you'll find parts that say made in USA on them. So what the hell is the world these days? If you can't get something from Japan that's actually Japanese,
Yeah, I saw somewhere that like Camrys have more American parts than a lot of American, like a Cruise or something.
you know what's interesting about that is that so they say that Toyota's got the best reliability these days. Why are Americans making the most reliable cars for the Japanese instead of making the most reliable cars for their own
Well, Bill,
native brands like Chevy?
Toyota.
they do, but
Ford.
also Americans make Toyotas in like the South, like in like Kentucky and crap, for America.
Oh, okay. So the Japanese Toyotas are different than the American Toyotas.
You know, like how Ford and Chevy like to send their plants to Mexico and have Mexicans make their stuff. Japanese people send their plants to the U.S. and have Americans make them.
Cheap
Wow.
labor.
It is probably cheaper because I believe the Toyota ones are not unionized like Ford, GM, and Stellantis.
But the
that's
chips,
interesting.
we're not making the chips. We got to start making the chips.
We are going to start making the chips thanks to Lord Biden.
Honestly, we have so many people on meth that you put them in with the chips, we're gonna have so many chips.
Dude, they're making chips in Ohio. I think it's so weird they call them chips.
That's a risk factor, though.
Like, just call them microchips, not just chips, or call them microprocessors. Like, why do they call them chips? Does it need to be dumbed down that much? Like, I asked a meteorologist
most
once
people
why they
aren't
say,
computer fans.
like, instead of saying wind chill or heat index, they always would say the feels like temperatures. You know, instead of saying wind chill or heat index, and it's just because people are stupid, and the audience needs to know what they mean. So they say,
I'm
"It
not a
feels
weatherman.
like." Yeah.
I'm not a computer guy. I like these lingos. It's nice.
Yeah, like dew point. Someone explain dew point to me.
A dew point is a measure of how humid the air is. The higher the dew point, if it's closer to 100, the closer to the current temperature, you have 100% humidity.
So if you have a cold
raining,
beer and the dew point's high,
you don't
are
measure
likely
dew
to
point
have
on beer.
Are you likely to have like, condensation on the outside of my cold beer? And if the dew point's low, less condensation on the outside of my cold beer?
It's probably the opposite, right?
Isn't your dew point high means that there's more humidity? So I would think
There's
that there's
humidity in the
more-
air.
So it's going to attract to my cold can.
I don't know, man.
All right,
I'm
play
not
the
your
clip.
guy. What clip?
What do we got next here?
Roll the clip.
This is going to make all of you age 50 years. Are you ready for this? So we had a setup that was like this. We had a desk, and it had 2 stations on it. And we had a keyboard for this one, mouse and keyboard, and we had a controller on this one. Not a single kid that came up could use that mouse and keyboard. Some of them, their hands were too small. Some of them never seen a keyboard before in their life. And I was like, oh, man, like, we got to go buy another controller for the next day, like, because it was a 3-day con, So we bought another controller, and we got rid of the keyboard. So we had controller and we had controller, right? Because they're smaller. The kids' hands can work on them. So kids walk up. 50%. Half of the children that came up moved the controller to the side, not knowing what it was, reached out and tried to touch the monitor because they had never played a game outside of on a phone or a tablet and thought it was a touchscreen. The next generation doesn't know what a controller is.
That's kind of upsetting.
That's a psyop. That's a psyop. Just because we're good at computers, they have the intuition, but the keyboard and typing, that's not natural. I mean, you got to practice. They're my.
I think it's like like when I was 12, dude, I had 1 megabit down internet, right? And
Holy crap.
what 1 megabit is barely, it's like the lowest level of DSL. Okay.
I guarantee I had lower. Mine was a picture would go line by line, dude. When I was a kid,
Yeah, that was
dude,
sweet shit.
But
yeah.
my point is that I had to like deal with like optimizing speeds and stuff because my sister would watch Netflix all the time, and it would use all the internet and making me lag. So I had to figure out how to have the lowest ping possible and all that stuff. I was on the phone with like the SBC Yahoo DSL guys, like asking how why it's slow and all that. And I feel like kids nowadays, when they're 12, they have gigabit internet, which is 1,000 times faster, and they would never have to even think about like speeding it up because it's already fast. So they never learn the technical skills of like resetting your IP address or releasing your DNS flushing or whatever. You know what I mean?
There's no dial-up tone. I mean, what do you? How do you live without knowing that?
Oh man.
But yeah, I mean, with the smartphones, that's what it's all about. Touchscreens, baby. But I don't know any like laptops that are that common that have those touchscreens. But I'm sure that's like
I think they get more common.
Students, they'll just use a tablet instead and put a keyboard on it. So
I think they get kids Chromebooks now, right? Chromebooks.
Yeah, I know my old high school was doing that, rolling that out instead of physical books. But then they'll probably still charge you up to asshole. It's like.
So they're not doing actual books anymore. They're just giving you a tablet with the books on it.
So you don't even have to go to your locker. You just got your tablet. Yeah, I mean, what's that about? But they want you to be in school in the class a little bit longer. They don't want you traveling in between and socializing.
Do you get to bring it home?
Yeah, you got to study in that. So
these kids just.
It's like yours while you're at school. I feel like is how they worked it. Or you could just buy your own. Maybe I don't know.
They got to be.
I was like the grade right before they like tried to issue all that out.
Got a kitty in the frame.
The question is, how many of these kids are bringing home these tablets and then accessing things they shouldn't be, when they're at night, and it's school issued tablet, and then some guys
high school prime time.
Right, yeah. Everyone's doing that. It's malware on their systems. They're clicking on stuff they don't know how to. You stick to the handful of websites that are legit. You don't click on shit, and you're good. But
there's
the
probably
kids,
Discord groups nowadays of the younger gens just sharing sweet things,
How are they getting at everything?
I don't ever want to be in a Gen Alpha Discord, man.
What do they do?
I don't want to know. I want to know, man.
So there's Gen
Gen
Z.
Alpha.
I think you gotta think Gen Z. Gen Z is who made cringe compilations popular.
Okay.
Gen Z is
So
who
they're getting
made
kinda
Shane
old
Dawson
now.
popular. You know?
They're a little old now.
Yeah. Oh,
Gen Alpha, those are the tablet kids we're talking about that don't know how to type on a keyboard. They want to do everything with their finger, one finger on the tablet.
Gen
Or
Alpha's
two
like,
fingers if they're spamming.
it's like kids under 12.
That's our future. I mean, that's what we have to look forward to.
Yeah,
I
dude,
mean,
my nephew could name every gun in Fortnite at age 4.
Oh yeah, that's a good interest.
She's pretty
That's
good.
important stuff to know too. I mean, that helps later in life.
I think he's worse now at Fortnite than he was when he was 5. He's like 10 now.
dang.
Overstimulated, your brain starts to slow down with too much, going on. Too much visual.
I don't even think it's that, man. I think over the years he's started to like rage more.
Ooh.
High T in a young body.
That bronze mentality developing, you know? Of it's never your fault. It's always somebody
For
in your
life,
team.
yeah.
Ooh. That's
I mean,
dangerous.
that's like League of Legends shit for sure. Yeah.
Every game's got bronze leagues, dude. Little birdie told me StarCraft's pretty good right now.
Yeah, it's like heavy macro instead of micro. So
14 years in,
different.
StarCraft 2 is balanced.
I've been
They
playing
never made
StarCraft
StarCraft
actually.
3. They just hopped.
Oh, man.
There's more units too. So
I stopped playing when Heart of the Swarm. I never played Legacy of the Void at all. So
I played 2 games today. I won both of them. I kind of
Dabbling.
cheesed them.
they're all
I
like
mean, there's
they're all
like
like
there's like ghost babies coming out of Ozempic stuff. Like, I heard something about that, but that doesn't mean anything.
ghost babies.
Yeah, like without actually being inseminated, just being, someone had a baby or something like that.
like
But it's
everyone's
like,
having Jesuses.
yeah, right. You probably went in the bathtub when your
All right, so
nephew was.
Ooh.
this says
You know.
Ozempic babies, how weight loss drugs can interfere with birth control and boost fertility. So women on TikTok are reporting surprise pregnancies while using Ozempic. This occurs because the GLP-1 drugs can interfere with how birth control pills are absorbed. So that makes sense. The weight loss drug is making the birth control not work.
What I think is ironic about this is that when you get pregnant, you obviously gain a bunch of weight. So Ozempic's out there trying to make skinny women, then they end up getting fat.
But how do you know it's not like they get skinnier and they feel like in a better position to have a baby? Or
Correlation, not
healthier?
causation.
Yeah.
I think that's a good point because they're out there like, I'm skinny now, and men are seeing them and they like the skinnies, right?
This
And
right here.
so-
This says this TikToker said that they became pregnant after years of infertility. So that means they became fertile again
Whoa. That
because
seems like a positive side effect.
I mean,
Because everyone's been slamming Ozempic, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's the general consensus in the news is that everyone's mad about Ozempic.
If you're a virgin, are you infertile?
Dude, I am most
'Cause
impressed
you've
by
never tried.
Kelly Clarkson. Have you guys seen Kelly Clarkson?
Is she on Ozempic?
I don't pay
Absolutely. Yeah,
attention
she's
to
like open
celebs,
about it.
man.
But
All right, let's see it. See the before and afters. Kelly Clarkson Ozempic. Let's see it.
okay, Kelly Clarkson. I'm just gonna get a 2024 and a
Need these
Okay.
before and after.
let's go with the 2020.
She's just gonna have a burger in her mouth in 2020.
I gotta find some. Oh, she went through a bad divorce or something.
I've seen
Are
the
there good
pic.
divorces, man? Shit.
Okay, there's Kelly Clark. Okay, who's
You know,
just Jared? Okay,
probably 50 pounds overweight, but that's like you walk around Walmart, everyone's 150 pounds overweight. So like 50 pounds overweight, it's just Hollywood. You feel like it's weird. 50 pounds overweight's nothing for normal America.
all right. Here's Kelly Clarkson now. This is Kelly Clarkson 2 years ago. And but the thing I've noticed the most though is she started singing covers of songs at the end of her show. If you didn't know, Kelly Clarkson has a TV show that's on at like 4 o'clock or something every day, where
Dude, the one in
she
the
is
middle
not
with
only the
just her
host,
smiling.
What?
That one, yeah. That doesn't even look like her. It looks like a different person.
You think so?
That's not her. This is AI.
It does say lifestyle. Wait, no, this it's her, man.
Okay, that. So she's on Ozempic. That's honestly sad that she felt like that she wanted to be on Ozempic to lose weight.
No, dude, I think she's doing great, man. I think Kelly Clarkson's back. She's my American Idol again. Because I was 11 years old when that shit aired. Okay, I think American Idol season 1 was like right around 9/11.
What's the song that's her song from back in the day?
Yeah, I don't know anything about
Kelly Clarkson, Breakaway, Miss Independent.
Not that one.
I don't remember, man. She's got a lot of songs, but she's been covering other artists' songs, and she's like better at singing them than they are. Like she covered what's her name? Firework.
Katy
Perry. Katy Perry's Awake. It was way better.
Pussy.
Way better. But what
She's
else?
the Masked Singer now.
The Masked Singer, dude.
Oh, it's Since You've Been Gone. Since You've Been Gone.
Yes. There you go.
That's the one.
That is 20-something years old.
Dang. What do you think about like
the
the epic Karen cuts where they have like a super swoop and then like the side of their head is shaved and do Kelly Clarkson Karen cut, right? It's kind of a Karen cut.
It's like the Osborne daughter or something had one like that.
That's not the one. She had a super swoop where it's like the do side of the head shaved. Kelly Clarkson. Yeah, here we go. Ooh.
What are we looking for here, man?
I mean, any of these. What do we think about? Oh, no, do the one in the second row, second one over. That one. What do we think about this?
This
here?
looks fake.
Yeah.
Even if it is.
This looks like AI.
Look at
man.
the face in the background.
How about third row on the right?
What's going on back there? Third one with this.
Third row, far right. How do we feel about this?
Why
That's
I don't
cultural
feel this.
appropriation.
Yeah, this was like the was popular between 2012 and
Skrillex.
16. It's Skrillex hair. Yeah, I almost
And
searched for Skrillex hair instead of shaved head.
That's what's interesting is that Skrillex, a man, popularized this female haircut that is like a lesbian haircut, but it was like edgy straight girls doing it too. But it's Skrillex who popularized. Where's
Like, I mean,
make it make sense?
It makes a lot of sense because like,
Emo is like effeminate.
you never listened to Emily?
Oh, I could play it right now for you. Boom, boom, bam, boom, bam, boom.
Oh,
Smiles and her laughter.
yeah, exactly. But like that was probably more popular with the girls.
Yeah, you're right.
So Squirrel House.
Yeah, Skrillex, I'm really happy he did so well for himself. He defined a genre of music that nobody ever heard before. Well,
Yeah,
You
Yo Squirrel, drop it hard.
damn. Those were the days.
The
for
original.
real.
A lot of people would say the original dubstep song is "Scary Monsters and Nice Sprites" by Skrillex. That is what they think of. My first pick would probably be Flex Pavilion's "Cracks."
Ooh,
Yeah, Flux was tight.
Bass Nectar.
No,
Bass Cannon.
Bass Nectar's got deleted. He's
Was
been-
it Bass Nectar?
He did
Or-
something bad.
What was the one?
He
Bass
did
Cannon.
something. Bass Cannon's also
Oh,
Flux
Flux
Pavilion.
Pavilion.
I would
Yeah,
say that's
Flux
Flux Pavilion's worst song.
Bass Cannon?
I don't even want to hear it again ever, man.
All that old dub is just wild. It's like very short. Just you have like a build up for that one, memorable hit, and then the rest of the song is just chill. That was like dub for a while. It got more intense with time.
You'll get taken down if you play music.
Well, not if you play it for a couple seconds.
Is it?
But this is there used to be like a big divide between American bro step and true like British dubstep, and this was always the
Yeah, UK
example.
dubstep.
UK dub. People would use the example of Scream, while Skrillex was a bro step because he was all about the mids. But this is the original.
Yeah, the big wubs
Classic
and
hit,
dubs,
classic hit,
the
classic
heavy
hit.
wubs.
All right. So this one.
Yeah, what I thought about that was interesting about this. So experts confirm first bird flu outbreak in cows. Is it safe to drink milk? Now, this is what I don't understand. Bird flu in the cows, isn't it cow flu?
No.
Okay, make it make sense.
Well, Americans can get, or not Americans, humans. Humans can get swine flu, right? It's not in the. It comes from the pigs. It's the this flu is named after the animal it comes from.
So COVID is what was it?
We get
Armadillo
chickenpox.
flu.
I think realistically, COVID came from bats. I listened to this thing about
Wow,
bats where like
lab.
bats like apparently they always have a bunch of diseases, but like when their immune systems get weakened, the diseases start like spreading.
Ooh.
So they're like always carrying a bunch of stuff, but you just can't tell. I saw something about bats killing horses in like in Australia or something, and when they like they got rid of a tree where the bats were living, they didn't have enough food in it. The bats actually moved back where they were before, and they stopped killing all the horses.
How are they killing them? They were like vamping
Some
them
horse
or
disease.
just shitting on them.
Horse disease. Let's see. Bats killing horses.
Okay.
A mare. Okay, this right here. This
Ooh, HEV, not HIV. HEV. Hendrovirus. A rare emerging zoonosis.
yeah, it's comes from bat urine.
So the
They're
bats were
pissing on 'em.
pissing. Ooh. I wonder if it was
Golden
in
shower.
flight. The bats were in flight, just like spraying piss as they'd go by. You know, like
I
they
think
catch a little
they're in
fly
the
and then-
they're in the trees. They're in the trees, and maybe the horses are passing under the trees, getting peed on.
Ooh.
All right.
So I kind of want to hear Dan's opinion on this. Can you go back to the article? You know, cow. Yeah. So is it safe to drink milk? That's what we want to know, Dan.
There's various ways that like the virus is going to get transmitted and become like intergenerational, but it's pretty uncommon. I feel like everyone's talking about how like now with the COVID, the spike proteins they're being passed on. It wasn't supposed to be that way, but I think with typical viruses, they're not. If someone's exposed, like a parent, they're not going to give it to their offspring. And in terms of like the milk in there, I feel like it's kind of a stretch to say that that's going to like go through the milk and be actually enveloped by whoever's drinking the milk to give them that same virus. It might have like faint traces or something, but I don't really know. It could be too highly processed by the cow to actually like transmit over, but I mean pasteurization isn't to like kill viruses and stuff. It's just that's a whole other thing. I
It's
guess,
not. I thought it was. I thought
Bacteria.
that's yeah.
but they like wanted to make it safe, but
Wouldn't it
you're
doesn't
killing
kill them
like
both?
all good like denaturing proteins too, so there's a lot
Okay.
of
All right.
weird aspects of the milk thing too.
So it's like when you wash your rice too much, and you lose some of the nutrients.
Yeah, never wash your rice. Just
Oh, you should
boil it.
absolutely always wash your rice.
Don't wash your rice.
You should wash your rice until it's almost completely clean, maybe a little translucent, between 3
You
and
just-
5
You
rinses.
boil it, let it soak all up.
Nope.
Why would they ship it to you when it's not ready to eat?
What? Most things aren't ready to eat when they ship to you, man. What?
Yeah, I mean, why you gotta wash the rice? Do they
I-
coat it with stuff for like protecting it? so
I
it's, like,
I just assume
stored
there's like
better?
a good amount of dirt on it.
Mm.
It's not.
Brown rice you're talking?
I'm talking about white rice.
Right, because it's
I-
brown because of the dirt, right?
I don't eat brown rice, man.
Yeah, it's not
Why?
good
Because
for
you're
you.
Asian.
No, there was like a time where like my mom switched us from white rice to brown rice because it was healthier, and like that couple years, I kind of stopped eating rice.
It's not healthy for you. It's harder for you to digest, and it just like
Yeah, but
fucks
like
up
people
your
think
gut.
it's healthier, and it's just worse.
I
It's
think
just
they used to.
bad.
Yeah, that was definitely a thing. But nowadays. I don't know.
Stick to my
I definitely
white
like
rice.
eating white rice better than brown rice.
I say I tried washing the rice, but then too much water soaks in, and then you cook it wrong. So it's kind of
Yeah, I recently switched to jasmine rice. You guys, you got that short grain or that long grain?
I have these tiny little rices right
grain
now. I can't
build.
remember what kind it was.
That's not jasmine then.
From Costco. Dude, the kernels are like tiny.
Try out,
But-
dude. Try out jasmine though. Like just a little bag of it. It has a completely different smell, and it sticks differently. I
get
grew up
that.
I grew up with the regular like Calrose rice, but my grandparents always had the jasmine
Mm.
kind. I always wondered why it smelled so different, but that's why.
I get the 25-pound Costco bag. So I got a big bag of
There
rice.
you
It's
go.
such a good value.
My jasmine bag is from Costco too.
Nice.
Got it off Amazon though. It's Kirkland. Yeah.
Yeah, I had that bag.
Well,
Okay, this is what I want to know. So this is weird to me. So we milk cows. Most of the milk at the store is from cows or from like nuts, right? You got like nut milk. And why aren't we milking other things? Like why can't you get ox milk or like donkey milk? Why can you just get cow milk at the store? What about all the other things that you can milk? Why are we just milking cows?
It's got to be because of how much they
not
produce.
enough people are eating sheep and lamb. I mean, we should be having some sheep milk, but that's not common enough.
You just got to think about how much they produce, man. Those udders, those cow
Yeah,
udders.
they're bigger animals.
They're probably doing 10 times as much as a sheep or a goat.
We're already farming them anyways. I mean, shit.
And if you think of historically they're doing this like by hand, it's probably a lot harder to milk a sheep than it is a cow.
You know what's really weird is that there's so many chickens and so much chicken meat at the store, but you can't milk a chicken.
Well, they're not
Mammals.
mammals, so
Oh, is it mammals?
no nips on the chickens, man.
Are there nips on a whale? Can
Ooh.
you milk a whale? Like we could get whales into like a sulak and then hook them up to a milk machine
They, produce milk.
and then whale milk.
it would be hazardous trying to milk any cetacean. In captivity, though, the animals can be trained to tolerate it. So yes, you can.
You could milk a whale.
They milked 2 killer whales at SeaWorld.
For what? Why would they milk these whales at SeaWorld? Because SeaWorld's been known to just abuse animals. So why is SeaWorld milking whales? Are they
Just look
trying
up
to
if
drink
infants
it?
feed off like the milk of their, mothers or.
Oh, for the babies. They're gonna bottle feed the baby killer whales with the milk that they're. I've never seen a whale udder though. That's the thing. Like they're usually pretty smooth. So can we get a picture of a whale udder pulled up? Yeah, whale udders.
I'm not seeing
Well, they
any.
do.
This is not real.
No, all right. Let's show the viewers that pic right there.
What is this?
Hybridization. That's nice.
This is on some random guy's WordPress.
I'm into it.
Okay.
Animorph.
This
shit.
says whale's nipples right here.
Okay, so whales have nipples.
Oh, they're mammals.
So like a mouse. A mouse is a mammal. Does a mouse have like breasts that you can?
They have nipples, yeah.
Did the baby mice go in? Do they?
Yeah.
Wow.
With
Because
the
like you think
nice
of a
teeth.
dog or like a pig or a cat, with the mom laying there and then all the little babies in there. I never think of a mouse with little baby mice attached to
They
the
call
mom.
them pups, so it's
I have
like
no idea.
similar,
All right,
Like
let's
a
go.
puppy
Let's
dog.
go to the expert on this one. We're gonna go to the expert.
Idea you could milk a cat.
Oh yeah, you can milk anything with nipples.
I have nipples, Greg. Could you milk me?
Good point.
valid.
Good point.
I don't think Robert De Niro could be milked.
I'll give him a squeeze.
It is
We're
interesting.
living in a new generation, though, so males.
That's the thing. With the right chemicals, would you be able to milk me?
How much soy is that boy eat?
I don't think you produce milk, Bill.
No, but if
kind?
you gave me the right, injections, to be a woman, could you milk me?
No. I don't think you have
I
the
thought
right.
that was the whole point of this whole thing.
I don't think you got the glands, man.
So I got the nipples, but I don't got the glands.
Probably not.
Can I grow the glands with the right hormones?
Dan, as our resident scientist, can you answer that?
I mean, probably, yeah.
So I could maybe produce milk if I wanted to, and still have a beard. And then you could milk me, and then we could sell that milk at the store, or make ice cream or yogurt from it.
I don't think you can sell human milk.
What if I pasteurize it? Ultra pasteurized.
I think they have like mom swap groups, or like when.
So I'll do a Facebook group for my milk, and then my goal is to have a really niche section of the milk market for cow milk. I want to overtake with my milk.
How much milk do you think you can produce?
Maybe a half a liter a day.
A half a liter a day.
Is that about right for?
I don't think so,
asked
man.
my other pregnant coworker how much milk she produces, and that was fucking sweet.
Fired.
How much was it?
I don't think she answered, but that was the best thing that he asked. That he didn't get fired.
All right.
I think it was just because he was, that kind of guy.
I wonder. So, like, how they have the milking machines, women, for when, because if you don't the pumps, if you don't express them, and often enough they hurt and they'll leak, right? I wonder if it'll ever curdle inside the breast, so then when it hits the nipple, it's clogged. Is that a thing where like your boob will get clogged because of like curdling?
I don't think I can Google this.
Just gotta bite it.
You bite. Oh, okay, right. You break apart the curdle. It's like cottage cheese.
Yeah, how bad you want to squeeze,
Right.
You gotta work it.
I'm thinking that can't happen.
The curdling?
The curdling the curdling on the inside.
You don't think they're getting clogged up?
Well, maybe
I
get
think
clogged, but I don't know about the curdling. I agree with the clogging. I don't know about the curdling.
I'm micro curdling right now.
Right, it's a micro curdle.
All right. Anyways, neurodegenerative disorders. Okay. What are the scientists saying here? The neurodegenerative disorders are linked to higher brain acidity. Does that mean that people got pH levels too high in their brain?
Right. I thought this was a really interesting article as well. All the different neurological disorders, schizophrenia, autism, depression, anxiety, all these things, it looks like it may be linked to higher pH levels, which is probably linked to your diet, the things that you put in your body.
Okay, wait. What about those low pH waters you can buy at Dollar Tree?
Yeah, alkaline.
Yeah, the alkaline water. That reverse Alzheimer's? Has someone done a study on that?
Not yet, but we could be the ones that do it.
I think
this is the breaking news that high pH is linked to neurodegenerative disorders. So the question then is, how do I lower my brain pH? And it's probably ingesting things that are not acidic.
Yeah, I don't think you could probably do that without any sort of medication.
Lower your brain acidity?
Yeah, like how would the acidity like be crossing the blood-brain barrier? Like I mean, alcohol does, right? But does alkaline water from Dollar Tree? Yeah.
This is a Dan question. Certainly not a me question.
I mean, I'm reading that article. When I read the articles, it's like, how did they translate it from actual studies? I just don't think the articles mean much, but
okay,
in terms of like, your overall body, if you're like drinking a bunch of sour beers and shit, that's gonna create your stomach acidity environment a lot more acidic than a normal person.
It's zero's
have
acid,
an
right?
impact on the rest of your organs. So
0 acid,
including
14 base. I get a confirmation. 0 acid, 14 base. Dan?
Yeah.
Water's at 7, right? So this alkaline water being 9 pH, 9 is basic.
I'd be willing to bet that if you only drank that alkaline water, let's say for 2 months straight, the only thing you drink, and you're eating vegetables, like you're not going to McDonald's eating that food. I'm sure it is acidic once it starts processing in your body. You're eating an alkaline diet. I bet your mental health improves.
What if you drink all those?
Is that all alkaline water?
That's a lot of water, man.
I drink water. Do you guys drink water?
Right here, dude.
I
Good
drink
morning.
water when
Hydrate
I eat
yourself.
food.
You drink water in
You're
food?
supposed to just get water naturally through eating, more of a raw diet.
That seems ridiculous. Are you eating sloppy messes?
Only drink water when you're thirsty. You drink too much water, it's not really helping you. It's a psyop.
Okay, all right. You want to get by on like 8 ounces a day.
You just got to eat a lot of chicken and beef. Get that, water content in you.
Doesn't the salt in the food undo that?
Just you're not supposed to be salting your food that much. Where
So you gotta eat plain white
makes you
chicken breast.
dehydrated. I mean, you salt it, but I mean, it takes a lot of salt to like dehydrate you that much.
Okay. Okay.
All right, who's got white milk in their fridge?
I mean, what are electrolytes, Lidge? There's salts and shit. So
Good question.
That's good for you.
I switched to like lactose-free milk, but I have some of that just for cereal. Yeah.
Dang, I haven't had a bowl of cereal in probably over a decade.
That's the
Yeah,
benefit
it's
though. Of
dessert.
the lactose-free milk, it lasts much longer. You get a couple months out of it.
Is that good for you?
Well, I mean, if you're not eating cereal very often, yes, it's great for you.
How do they get the lactose out of the milk?
I don't know. Dan?
What if they're just telling you it's lactose free and it's like a placebo effect where you don't actually shit your pants because you think that it's lactose free?
Okay, all right. This
They
is
titrate the lactose out. I don't know.
Do they spin it? They spin the lactose out?
Centrifuge the milk, yeah.
Right.
okay. What is going on here? They add lactase enzyme to fresh clover milk. Lactase enzyme breaks down the lactose into 2 more easily digestible sugars, glucose and galactose. That's it. Now we know.
So it's already broken down for you.
Yeah, so it still has the
Break
sugar
it
in it.
down.
It does taste different.
So milk with added.
Like when I was a kid, I would chug vitamin D milk. You know, that full fat.
How are they getting the lactase? You know what I mean? Like, how are they producing that?
Probably from the Russians out of a mine that slaves just they're out there just.
Are you under the impression that sugar mines exist, Bill?
Sugar's from a plant, sugar
Right,
canes.
so how would
but
it
there's
come
still
from a
slaves
mine?
that do probably. It's like a sugar mine.
Well, they
but
got
it's just
beets
a sugar
too.
plantation.
It's not just sugar canes; they got sugar beets.
Oh, they get sugar from the beets,
Yeah, well, the sugar beets.
and those are roots. Those are underground.
Sugar gliders, dude. Some mammals.
Ooh, dude, you milk them. The
Yeah.
sugar gliders, you milk them. It's just
why they're
a
so
different kind of
rare.
sugar.
You'll probably get an ounce a day, dude.
An ounce a day.
Or sugar glider, man. Sugar glider. They're quite small.
Yeah, the thing about those is you got to milk them midair. So right when they're flying by, you just quick, you get a little squirt out.
Oh, look at these.
And so it might take a month to get some.
Okay.
But you know that those have mammary glands because they're mammals. So you could milk a sugar glider. You could milk a squirrel.
You could probably milk a koalas are. I mean,
They're marsupials.
yeah, they don't have nips because they got the sacks.
But are there nips inside the sack?
You guys think it's weird how we don't say opossum?
Yeah,
No,
that's
I never
weird.
think about that.
'Cause, like, if you look up what
It's
a
like that
possum
H is
is.
silent and mom.
That's true.
It's just we don't talk about these things.
No, but if you like when you type in possum, you get an opossum, right?
I got a story about a possum. You guys want to hear it? It's not a great ending story, but
This is a
when
real
I was a-
possum.
Why'd you kill a possum, Bill?
well, I didn't kill it. I found so there was one dead on the side of the road when I was a kid on a dirt road, right? Because I live in the rural America. but it was a massive one. Like the possums out here, it was like a 60-pound possum. Like the thing is huge. It's like a small lab dead,
That's
right?
crazy, yeah.
And it was winter, and I go to grab it by its tail. Their tails are like, it's like a snake almost with hair, like and I grabbed it by its tail to try and pick it up, and the tail ripped out, dude. It was frozen to the ground, and I just ripped the tail off its body. It was dead. That was it. That's my possum story.
Ugh.
Did it have was it full of Riga and just, that's why it was so big, you think? Like it bloated out?
It probably was bloated from being dead, but it was like a massive
Gross.
possum, and
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
it
either
was
way,
just
it's gotta be huge, yeah.
frozen to the ground. You grab that tail and just ripped right off.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, you grab rats and they'll like do a crocodile death roll, and you can
when
rip
is the
their
last
tail
time
that
you
way.
grabbed a rat?
A few years ago.
You've done this though. You've grabbed a rat.
Yeah, I had to handle them daily.
Oh, okay.
You ever get bitten by a rat?
Yeah,
Does it draw blood?
yeah, they can. I never had one draw blood, but
The rats you're working
like the
with probably
females just
disease
always
free.
bite. Just they're like curious, so they just nibble you.
Mm.
I had one of my he was an intern, and I was trying to like work with him, and he got bit so bad he like freaked out and like pulled his hand back, and it like pulled out a huge chunk out of his finger, like
Ugh.
it just like ripped that. He got fired. But that shit's funny because it's like you're not supposed to harm the animals, and he's like, "Fuck that! The animal harmed me." It's like, well, you can't react and throw the animal. He's like, it was just a reaction. They're like, you're out of here.
Well, that was episode 1.
Episode
of the,
1,
the
yeah.
Dragon Drop podcast.
We're just now mentioning the fucking name.
Yeah, our podcast is named Dragon Drop Podcast. Dragon Drop.
Because puns.
So
Dragon Drop.
Like when you drag and drop something onto a timeline or into a folder, it's
right, it's computers, but it's also dragons, which is kind of like video games, right?
yeah. That crossover.
So-
I like computers and video games.
Computers and video games.
Yeah.
We did that for you guys, the fans, the people listening, all of you, and we know there's many. So it's for you. We have a Gmail account because those are free. So feel free to submit your questions, your articles that you want our opinions on to dragondroppodcast@gmail.com. Submit those to dragondrop, DRAGON drop, DROP, podcast@gmail.com.
Also linked in the description.
Links in the description below.
Thanks for
We'll
watching.
see you next week.